Hey, what's going on, guys? And I'm going to do a bit of a longer video today because this is going to be kind of like a showcase for the brand new Final Fight 30th anniversary edition release. So this is basically, I don't want to say it's a ROM hack because it's been essentially built from the ground up, this game, by two guys called Rotwang and Grego, who have absolutely reworked this game to include lovely bonus features for the classic Capcom beat 'em up. So basically, I'm going to do a playthrough of this game and show you the kind of various different upgrades that it has. It's essentially now a three-player game, so you can have a three-player cabinet, three players. All the characters can play at the same time. It's got different color palettes for the characters. Like I say, the character selection's been unlocked, so it means any player can be any character at any time. You can have three Hagars, you can have three Codys, it doesn't matter. You can have three different characters of the same color as well. But essentially, apart from all that, it's just basically Final Fight. Nothing really else has been done with the game. I think with the three-player when you're playing three players, I think the boss fights, the bosses have got more energy, stuff like that. So it might be a little bit more challenging in that way, but that's to be expected if you're playing three players, I would expect. So yeah, I'm just going to boot it up now. We're going to get into the game. You'll see the kind of differences that you get with this, but essentially at the core, it's still the same Final Fight game. Currently, the game plays from start to finish all the way through. I think they are working on some minor little bug fixes here and there with characters and enemies and stuff like that. But essentially, I've not found any major issues with it whatsoever. There is one thing with the continue screen if you're playing as Hagar, where his animation's a little bit off, but that's the only thing massive so far. What they've done from this intro and this video, they've actually changed it to the uncensored version, and they've taken away any kind of advertising as well. So you can see here with the intro video on the Japanese version, the character animation for Jessica was very different to the US version. As you can see, the uncensored one here. Yeah, like I say, apart from that, it's essentially still the same Final Fight game. So it plays exactly how you would expect Final Fight to play. So I'll stick in some credits and we'll see what it looks like. Still the same Final Fight screen, but you'll see now it's got 1, 2, and 3 players. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might play one character on each side as we play through the game and show you the different color palettes for them, and then when I've run each character through, I'll put all 3 characters on the screen at the same time for you to take a look at. So yeah, let's go for it. So you can see here I can choose any character, various different colors. I'll go with Hagar. We'll start with him. Got a nice blue colour. They made the UI, you can see they've put the 3 players, as you would expect from a game like Cadillacs and Dinosaur, where they have the 3 players, and Alien versus Predator, you've got the 3 players up all in a line like that. So they've made the layout look really nice. They've put the time at the bottom here, which is cool, gets it out of the way. Still the same enemies, still the same pickups, nothing changed there. So this Final Fight is definitely one of the most classic Capcom fighters, It's one of the games you can just play over and over again. And the big thing about Capcom, about Final Fight, when it first came out in the arcade, that it was obviously 2-player, And then you had to go to the Super Nintendo, for example. And the Super Nintendo port was really, really synonymous for being a bit of a disappointment because you could only play one player on it. But now to imagine that even there's an arcade version that's actually 3-player, it's just gone above and beyond. And if you can imagine what, let's say for example Capcom did a 30th anniversary edition of Final Fight, you would not expect them to add 3-player mode to it. So these guys that have actually gone out and done this, it's just an amazing feat. They've done so much more than you would expect, that I would expect Capcom to do. Because a lot of these arcade games have been re-released as anniversary editions and stuff like that, with not much added to it. But this for sure really kind of encompasses what an anniversary release to be. You know, you want extra features, you want more than you got originally, and this game really delivers that with the 3-player. I mean, that's the main thing. Now with those 3 players as well, you can see I've got a different colour palette for Hagar here, and there's a nice varying selection of colours you can choose. There's some quite outlandish colours you can pick for Cody, for example. I'm not sure, the relevance of the actual colours for each character that they've gone for, but there's a quite an outlandish pink colour for Cody, which is quite interesting. But I do like this blue for Hagar. You can also get the characters in black, which gives it a nice dark theme as well. So very interesting. I think there's something for everyone here, Final Fight fans. I really do love my beat-em-ups. I love my Capcom beat-em-ups. I love my Konami beat-em-ups, but for sure Final Fight is definitely one of the greatest beat-em-ups, if not the greatest beat-em-up. I'm going to get sat on here. There we go. Let's get out of this. See if we can get on the trainer. I'll show you something that's interesting with Final Fight as well. This is something that I discovered not too recently myself, actually. So you see this character here sitting on the train, this bad guy. So when you punch him, his name comes up as 2P on here. 2P, do you see that? So basically, his creation, the creation of that bad guy, is actually kind of like a little nod or a little homage to Forgotten Worlds. So if you play the Capcom arcade game Forgotten Worlds, if you choose the second player, you'll see that the second player and the first player is called 1P, and the second player they call 2P because they don't really have names. And so 2P is that second player from Forgotten Worlds, is basically what I'm trying to say. But also interestingly as well, the 1-player character in Forgotten Worlds, the main guy, he actually shows up in Marvel vs. Capcom, which I think a lot of people probably know. So if you play Marvel vs. Capcom as well, he's one of the helper characters called the Unknown Soldier. So I guess it kind of shows that they never really gave those those characters actual names in the game. But it's nice how Capcom, throughout all the Capcom games, they all have little nods. If you look carefully in all the Capcom games, there are little nods to other games that you'll find. So, for example, I was playing. There's another beat 'em up called not Cyberbots, Armored Warriors. And you know how in Final Fight you get like pickups. You pick up like Coke and food and stuff to eat. One of the drops in that game was, you know, M. Bison's hat from Street Fighter 2. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, Capcom likes to like give little nods to other games in its games, like in, you know, the Street Fighter games. In the background, you'll see different characters in the background from different Capcom games. Really interesting. I like to look out for those kind of things. So I mean, so far as you can see, it plays normally. This is the glitch that's currently they're fixing with the Hagar's continue screen. We're going to continue here, and we're going to go with Cody now. Let's go with the outlandish pink. Look at that for a colour scheme. Isn't that nice? So once I've gone through all the 3 players, what I'll do, I'll put 3 players on the screen and you can see them all going at the same time. So you're probably wondering how to get a hold of this, basically. So if you're interested in playing this game, what you're going to have to do is they've released on the GitHub, they've released a Final Fight patch installer, so you're going to have to literally patch the original Final Fight ROM yourself. It's a bit of a faff to do it, but they've made it quite simple if you've got an up-to-date PC with Java, Windows PC with Java running on it. They've released a little patcher tool that you can run. But I think I'll leave a link in the description to the check out the description box below, and you can see the location of where to get the files so you can patch the original Final Fight ROM. Now, yeah, you're going to have to obviously be careful to make sure you've got the right Final Fight ROM, because a lot of people have been saying it's not working, but they haven't had the right ROM set. So if you look at your Final Fight, the ROM set is the Final Fight World 1 Set 1. Final Fight World Set 1 ROM set. And if you look in, so it's the ROM set that's named ffight.zip. And if you look inside the ROM, the zip files, if they've got a load of bin files in there, that's the wrong ROM set. That's not the one. So check and make sure you've got the right ROM set, and you can patch your Final Fight ROM. And once it does its thing, you'll get a ROM that's called Final Fight or F-Fight AE. And it will create it for you, and then you can play it. There we go, round 2. Break this car up. Let's use the stick, shall we? It might help a bit. There we go. Perfect.
Oh my god!
Yeah, oh my god, that's another censor one that was censored in the US. I think they changed it to oh my car. Or at least I did for the Super Nintendo version, I think. It's 2p, there he goes. I think the sword is the best thing to use if you can. It's pretty good. I think my favourite character out of in Final Fight is definitely Hagar. The fact, because he's got those extra wrestling moves. Guy's wall jump is quite handy, but I never really use it. I don't know what else Cody can do. I don't think he's really got any other special moves. It's a bit standard, really. Alright, that's him gone. So we're going to use Guy now. We'll go with Guy. What colour should we go? Let's go black, like a ninja. It's a nice colour palette, I like that one. This game's actually come out in pretty good time because, I mean, I've got another arcade project next summer planned and I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I've already kind of made a start to doing it. I had some wood left over from making this cabinet that I'm playing on at the moment. So from that stuff, I'm going to make a 4-player arcade stick. I was thinking about making a 4-player cabinet, but I think that would just be a bit too much work. But I've got the right amount of wood left over to make a nice 4-player arcade control panel that will be like USB plug-in. And I'm just going to put all the 4-player games on there, like Ninja Turtles, Captain Commando. This is going to go on there. I was thinking about Capcom actually, because with 4-player games, in fact, because I was going to make this 4-player cabinet, I was thinking whether or not I should put the Capcom games on there, but there are. I couldn't think of any 4-player Capcom games. The only one I could supposedly think of that I've got, or that exists, is Captain Commando. And Captain Commando is interesting because you can change that from 2, 3 or 4 players. Alien vs Predator is a 3-player cabinet. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is a 3-player cabinet. I'm not sure about Battle Circuit. I'll have to see. But now this is a 3-player as well, so that's going to be fantastic. So yeah, that's a project that will be coming next summer. And I look forward to, because really what I wanted to do with that cabinet as well, that joystick, is not only just make it 4 players, but put some extra stuff on there, like a trackball or a spinner. Most likely a spinner, because I think I want to put there are some spinner games that I would like to play. And it might be useful for putting, playing games like driving games, like maybe Outrun, but I don't know. But it's really for 4 players is what I'm thinking at the moment. So yeah, if you just joined me, which you probably haven't, you've been watching. If you're still watching, we're here, we're playing Final Fight 30th Anniversary Edition. and it's just fantastic. You know, I'm playing on my own, even though it's a 3-player game, but I'm just showcasing basically what they've done with this game, which is a fantastic job. I do like the colour palettes they've put on the characters. I do like how they've unlocked the character selection. And I can imagine when all 3 characters are going, it's just absolute carnage. Oh, and the thing is with Final Fight as well is that obviously you can, when you're playing 3 players, you can all hit each other. So that hit detection is there. So again, you've got to be careful when you're throwing enemies. You can throw them into your friends, and you can punch your friends. We're going to put on 3 players now, guys. So you can actually see everyone going. I've got 2 guys here and a Cody. There we go. But that's pretty much it. That's my little showcase of Final Fight Arcade. 3-player Capcom release. I'll put the link in the description below so you can find out where the ROM installer is, so you can try and have a go at patching a copy yourself and giving it a go. You're going to have to look for the correct version of MAME that now supports it, obviously. I think a few of the guys have actually made it available on the Final Burn Neo and MAME 2003 Plus, so those are the emulators to test it on. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's Final Fight 30th Anniversary Edition. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos as and when. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.